Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Captain.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're going to be reviewing and showing you how to play NXS Ragnarok. We were sent this copy of NXS Ragnarok by the designer Kevin Kane over at NXS Games to review and play and have fun with. And thank you very much, NXS Games and Kevin Kane, for sending us this copy. We've got some other stuff to show you in a little bit. But before we get too into this, I do want to say that I've got a ton of links in the description down below that you can check out at your leisure. There's a link to BoardGameCaptain.com, which is a great hub for all things Board Game Captain. And Lynn and I have started doing some semi-regular blog posts there. If you're in a position to and like to support the channel, there's a link to my Patreon in the description down below, and there's also a link to my Teespring store if you want to get yourself some cool gamer gear, some Board Game Captain merch, t-shirts, mugs, etc. All in the description down below. All right.
You're getting good at that. You're like the it's like the fine print at the end of a commercial.
I've said it a bunch. So there's a campaign going on right now over on the Game Crafter. So he's now in the previous version of NXS that we had already reviewed on the channel, which was NXS Man-O-War. He had self-published that with 3D printed boards and pieces, and I'll put a link in the description down below where you can get a copy of NXS Man-O-War if you like the naval theme, which is over on his main website.
Right.
But he's now selling some stuff done through the Game Crafter, and he's doing a kind of crowd campaign where the more people that'll commit to buying a copy, you're all going to get like a bulk discount. So the more people that get in on it, and that's going on this whole month of November, the more people that commit to buying a copy, everybody's going to get it for cheaper. And now the thing is, while this is the same basic game at its core as NXS Man-O-War, it's got a big edition, and the big edition is the cards.
Right.
So in here, let me show you. Instead of 3D printed pieces, we have cardboard punch-out tokens for the pieces. You're going to see a bunch of these out on the board.
Yep.
It comes with the cards. Why don't you pull some of those out to show? Comes with a very nice rule book. Actually, the only gripes I had about the rule book, which I had some minor issues with the one in previous printings, totally fixed. This rule book is fantastic. Full color diagrams.
Full color, really nice, because the scoring was hard to understand initially, but
oh my god, the diagrams.
The descriptions are it makes it so much easier to get. Yeah.
Really big thumbs up for me on the rule book. The rule book is fantastic. And then we have the board, which you're going to see a little more out on the table, but the board in this version is absolutely gorgeous. Let me just show you what it looks like here. It looks like wood grain. You can use 2 of them in a 2-player game or 3 in a 3-player game, and it's really well done, and it looks really nice.
Yeah.
So what about, now why don't we show some of the cards?
So these are the cards that have been added to the NXS game. They are essentially like just little effects that change the gameplay as you're playing. So we did the version where we had 2 cards per player with a 3rd card out on the table, and as you played your card, you swapped it out with the one that was on the table so that everyone knew what everyone had.
Yeah, there's a few different ways to do the cards. There's another way where you just deal 3 cards to each player and they keep them a secret, and then they can play them each once per the whole game.
Yeah.
That's a bit restrictive because you only get to play with them each once, so it's just going to be like a big surprise once in a while. I like the way that he borrowed the mechanic from Onitama for much better. I think that's really fun. I think it really changes up the game, and it adds. The cards add in a crazy amount of variety because they're going to be different. We're almost getting into the review.
Keep going. So anyway, really nice quality cards. It's cool. They come in like this little packet.
Yeah, it's a little wraparound pouch.
Yeah, it's not just like a little Ziploc bag. It's a really nice little holder for them.
All right, so anyway, we're going to head over to the table. We're going to run you through a whole game of NXS Man-O-War with the cards. There also is, by the way, the way in here in this to do a random setup, but we chose to do the medium length setup for a medium length game, and we're gonna run you through a full game of that using the cards with the Onitama style of play.
Right.
And then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about this plus some other stuff going on for NXS, and we're gonna rate and review this new upgraded version of NXS with the cards, NXS Ragnarok. Okay, so we are set up and ready to play Ragnarok. Alex is shuffling up the deck because we are going to be showing, of course, the cards. So now, in the regular game of NXS, it is just played like an abstract strategy game where you are able to move in the directions of the lines. You can move a number of spaces equal to the number of runes on the piece. We have set up for the medium length game, one-on-one, so the yellow board will not be used. In a normal game, that's all you do is you move, and then you can also attack, attacking in the direction of the spears. So this piece here could attack an enemy piece that was in this space here, jumping on it and taking its space and capturing it. And then the object of the game is to control enemies' territory. If you move your pieces into your enemy's territory, you control the space they're on. Plus, if you're able to draw straight lines back to your own area, like this is an unobstructed straight line back, you control those spaces as well. If you have multiple of your pieces in your enemy's territory, you can also draw straight lines between them to control that territory, and the first person to control 10 spaces of their opponent's territory will win the game of NXS Ragnarok. But now, the additional addition of the cards allows some other variations on how to play, and we're going to do it in the method that in the book is listed as Onitama Sutairu, or Onitama style. And the way we do this is once Alex has finished shuffling up the deck, he's going to deal 2 random cards face up to me, 2 to himself, and 1 to the middle of the board. And the way this is going to work is if on a turn you choose to use your card, you're going to put it into the middle of the board and take the one from the middle of the board to be used later by yourself. So using a card means you're giving your opponent the opportunity to take it. So we've done this totally randomly. Now we will take the time to read out what these cards do. Alex, what cards did you get to start with?
I have extra rotation and move like a capture. Extra rotation is just what it sounds like. You may make 1 extra rotation of the same piece, of an extra piece or the same piece twice.
Okay.
This is an addition to the normal
rotation, yeah.
Normal move and rotation. The second one is move like a capture. You can essentially move in the direction of your spear as long as there is no one in that target space.
Because if they were in the target space, you'd have to attack them.
Right, and you may ignore blocking rule and jump over any enemy ships.
Oh, that's amazing. So I've got extra rotation as well, and you know what, for variety's sake, let's get a different card out here just so we can have some more variety in the cards. Yes, extra move distance. You may move your piece 1 extra space this turn and then rotate as normal. So getting to move an extra space is really good. And I've got first rotate. You must rotate your piece before you move it or capture with it. Oh. This is not an extra rotation. You do it instead of the rotation afterwards. But that could be really good. And what's the one we have in the middle?
The extra capture distance.
Oh.
This is you may capture twice the usual distance, but you may not jump over any enemies.
That could be amazing. Okay.
That's gonna really be.
Yeah.
That's gonna. You have to think.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody has that card.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get started with NXS Ragnarok. So white moves first. So for my first move, I am going to take this piece here, which can move in any of the directions of the solid lines, and it can move a number of spaces equal to the runes that are on it. So I can move up to 2 spaces, and I'm gonna do so. I'm gonna move 2 spaces forward. And then I will do my rotation. I'm going to rotate a different piece. I'm going to rotate this piece, 1 facing to the left. And that'll be it for my turn.
This space. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm going to rotate.
Oh, way to protect the piece that you just moved up. Well done. I am going to move this piece 1, 2, 3 spaces up here. And then I am going to rotate this piece like that.
1, 2, 3, and rotate.
1 and rotates. And your rotation?
I like what you did over there. That's a good one.
No, it helps you be able to get that piece. Yeah. These pieces here are completely invulnerable. They can't attack, but they also can't be attacked. Right. So you can use them to block enemy movement. It'll allow me to start to possibly be able to get that forward. But I'm going to do an attack. I'm going to attack with this piece here and take that piece there. Now, you do not do a rotation after an attack. I simply capture that piece.
Let's go. 1, 2.
Okay.
And I would like to rotate.
I'm going to attack here to there. And again, I do not get a rotation after capturing.
2.
Okay, I'm going to play my first rotate card, which allows me to rotate before doing either a movement or attack. I place it in the middle so Alex will be able to get it, and I'm going to rotate and attack.
It really changes the game.
Indeed it did. And then just rotate it? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to play the extra move distance card so I can take the first rotate back. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to here. And I'm going to rotate this one space. And now I am in control of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces in Alex's territory. But now Alex cut me off there, so that it completely destroys that line because I do not have a straight line back to my territory. It means I'm now only in control of 2. And that rotation was very threatening. I'm going to move 2 this way and rotate 1 in that direction. And that gets me, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I only need 10 spaces to win, so I'm actually doing pretty good. Oh, nice move. Very nice move. Well played. I'm going to pull this back over here and rotate it back the other way.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, so you just took 3 of my territory there. Very interesting.
And I want to rotate him. Yes.
Interesting.
All right, so I'm going to use my extra rotation card.
Okay.
To rotate him 1 more, actually.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, then. I'm going to move up 1 here and rotate in that direction.
That direction.
Yes, that direction.
There.
Okay.
And I'm going to rotate him.
Interesting. I'm going to play extra capture distance.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
And I'm going to go
That
over to
sucks.
here and take that.
Wah, wah. Well, I'm going to capture him.
Okay. I'm going to move 2 in here and rotate. Okay. I'm going to move this piece up 1, and then I am going to... Oh, yeah, no, that's good. And then I'm going to rotate this piece 1 to the left.
Extra move distance.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
Nice. Good play. You're taking a bunch of my territory here. You got quite a bit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, 7.
8.
Going there gives you almost enough to win, actually. You could take it out from under me for sure. I definitely don't like that. So I'm going to do a first rotate.
I hate that.
And I'm going to turn and kill it. And capture it because I don't like that. I don't like it. Ah! You did it. I'm going to do the extra move distance.
That's really nice.
It is really good. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my opponent's territory, while Alex only has 3 of mine at the moment.
Move like a capture.
Oh, that's a good card. And it definitely helped you to be able to block me. So that worked really well. Interesting. Very interesting move there. So I'm going to move this piece forward 2, and I'm going to rotation here, and I'm going to play my extra rotation, and I am also going to do rotation here.
Extra move. Well, I'll do first. 1, 2, 3.
3 for the extra move distance.
And then...
Way to block me out there. I'm going to move like a capture. It allows me to ignore blocking, so that I am going to jump over here, and then I'm going to do a rotate.
Extra capture distance.
Oh, man. Ouch. I'm going to do a rotate first. I'm going to rotate here, and then I'm going to move to there.
Get that extra capturing distance. It's danger, danger.
It is a very dangerous card.
Move like a capture.
Okay. Interesting.
Do I want to rotate that? Yeah, that way.
Oh, threats. Threats galore. I'm going to simply move up and rotate, and that's going to be it for my turn. Interesting. What on earth are you trying to do there? I'm going to go there, and I'm going to rotate this one here. Okay.
Let's rotate.
And you're going to rotate them. All right, then.
Alrighty then.
Interesting. Which card are you playing?
Rotate first.
Okay. Who's rotating? Interesting. Ooh. Interesting. So you took 4 spaces of my territory there. I'm going to go there and rotate like that. Pull one back and then... Interesting. Interesting indeed. I'm going to play extra capture distance.
Oh, I fell for it, didn't I?
You did. Right
Damn it,
here.
so
1,
hard.
2, and I'm going to capture that piece there. And that's going to be it for my turn. And I'm currently in control of 6 spaces, by the way.
Correct.
You're so close to winning.
I was. I was one move away.
Because you're the 2 you have now. You have 8 spaces. The 4 here and the 4 there. Yeah. If you had been able to move that one guy into my territory, I probably would have done it.
Yep. All right, one more extra capture distance, so that helps.
I'm going to play extra move distance, and that is game.
And win the game. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and then the 1 extra move distance, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a total of 10 spaces controlled in Alex's territory. So that is game. You were so close. You were so close. It would have been. Yeah. So there you go. That is how you play a game of NXS Ragnarok with the cards, or at least with this particular mix of cards. Yeah. There are a ton of cards that are available when you buy a copy of NXS Ragnarok with lots of extra abilities and extra ways to move to really increase the replayability of this game. So now we're going to head back. We're going to talk about how this game plays and how it feels, and we're going to rate it and review it. Okay, welcome back. That was how you play a game of NXS Ragnarok.
So if you've seen the review for NXS Man-O-War, it should look very similar. The gameplay, that is. The obviously the components are very, very different. But the gameplay is similar, but
man, except the cards. The cards totally change.
Dropping those cards in there.
Wow.
Yeah, it completely alters the game. Thoroughly, yeah.
It's almost, on terms of using the cards, it's almost a different game. It's so... Right. I mean, the basic moves are the same, the basic attacks are the same, but the cards add this crazy amount of replayability to what was already a really great abstract strategy game.
Yeah, it was, I don't know if he got a suggestion to do that, or if he something Kevin was always trying to incorporate into this and just got around to it. But it's a really good idea. It really makes the game even more interesting.
Yes, and then so again, there is all this month. There is this whole crowd campaign going on GameCrafter. Again, there'll be a link in the description down below where the more people who commit to buying it, the cheaper you guys are going to get it. So basically, you're going to get a bulk discount, which is really cool. If you want to get NXS Ragnarok, you can get it there. But if you prefer the 3D printed pieces, NXS Man-O-War is still available, like I said, over on the NXS website. Also, link in the description down below. And if you prefer the 3D printed pieces and the naval theme, they're selling now a version of the cards as an add-on to the original NXS Man-O-War. Now, these are called the Admiral skill cards, so they have naval-themed abilities, but do all the same stuff that the cards in NXS Ragnarok does. So, yeah, I like that they're doing this,
right?
Because, like, if I was not someone who gets this stuff for free to review, if I was a consumer, I would look at this, and my first thing would be like, well, I've already got a copy of NXS Man-O-War, but you know what, I really like the cards. Why won't they do a set of cards for me? They did.
There you go. Right.
So you can just go buy the cards. If you've already bought NXS Man-O-War, you can just go get the cards, and I do recommend doing that.
Yeah. Very, very consumer friendly, very player friendly.
It is
very nice of them to do that.
Well, yeah, he's. I was gonna say, Kevin Kane is very much, when he's making these, he very much thinks about the consumer, which is really cool. And then the final quick note, I just wanted to say, he also sent us. Plays exactly the same. NXS Pizza Wars. This is meant to be a more family-friendly version, so it's not blood and guts, and because there's blood all over the NXS Ragnarok version. But this is a more friendly version where the pieces are meant to be pizza pies that show you what direction they can attack in. It's an abstract game. You can throw anything on it you want, but I believe this one also comes with the cards, but they're like pizza topping themed. So if you want a more, I'll link to this one too. If you want a more family friendly version, personally, I very much like the Viking and the sailing versions. Yeah. This would not be one aimed at me, but this would be aimed at maybe people with kids who want something a little more lighthearted in its theme.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so negatives for NXS Ragnarok or NXS Man-O-War with the cards added, because that's what we're talking about, is this new upgrade adding the cards. Negatives.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
There's what are you going to...
No. I don't have any negatives either.
So, it's the same game.
Yeah.
If you don't want to use the cards, don't use the cards.
Right.
If you do want to use the cards, it makes it more interesting. Maybe, even if you don't like it, it certainly you have to admit that it's more interesting.
It adds a ludicrous amount of variety to each game.
Right. And you can, but it's not, but you can control the variety. I think in the way we played it in the demo, you see it. Like it's not like like you said, like a one card, all of a sudden everything changes. You know what the other player has, and that's part of the strategy now.
Well, and for playing it in that way.
So in the only time away. Yeah.
And again, there's tons of options here. If you don't want to play it in that way, if you want to surprise your opponent with one use cards, you can play in the method where you just have a 3-card hand and every card gets used once. Now you're going to use a lot less abilities in that style of game, but they're going to be a big surprise. So like if you had that card in your 3-card hand for the double length assault, they'd just be that one move where you're like, haha, I have this card, and I come halfway across the board and to capture one of your pieces.
Sure. So like I said, it's still NXS, but you can kind of customize how you want to play with those cards, and to however you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to link to the full review we had done of NXS Man-O-War, because we went in a lot more depth in what we liked about the basic abstract strategy game. I feel like obviously we're focusing more on the cards themselves for this review because it's the upgrade. But if you want to check out the review we did of NXS Man-O-War, you can link up above. We talked a lot more about how much we liked and what we liked specifically.
The creativity of the movement and how
the capturing
and everything. It's worth watching that again. If you want to understand this game, watch that review.
All right. So that said, is there anything else you want to talk about with this now new upgraded version, NXS Ragnarok? By the way, I also want to say I do really like the theme.
It's cool. Yeah, it's a cool theme. I like
the Viking theme.
I'm more partial to the sailing theme, I think, but this is cool. It's a good idea that he didn't keep it going with just ships and stuff. But I like the 3D printed pieces. I do. It's very
it is very cool.
It's just a neat.
I like
all of it's cool.
I like the 3D printed pieces better. I like that he's doing this one that's more affordable, and I like that he's got the whole campaign going on right now, so you can get it more affordably. But like between them, I do prefer the 3D printed pieces because those are just so unique and so awesome.
It's so cool.
But that said, these are fine and these are great, and the game is still the same. And actually, if I'm comparing NXS Man-O-War without the cards, because originally it came without the cards, and now you have to, of course, you have to buy the cards separately. But if I'm comparing it without the cards to NXS Ragnarok with the cards, I like it. I'd rather have this with the cards than even the cool pieces without the cards, because with the cards is a huge upgrade. Which is why, again, I say if you've already gotten NXS Man-O-War, just pick up the Admiral cards. Again, there's a link to it.
Sure.
But the cards are great. I really think it significantly increases the replayability and the fun factor of the game. The cards.
Absolutely, I agree. I think it adds a special little touch on top of what was already a really good game.
So what do you think? Do you have anything else you want to talk about with NXS Ragnarok?
No, I think it's yeah, I like it. It's NXS.
All right. So how many stars out of 10 would you like to give to NXS Ragnarok?
So NXS was an 8, I believe.
I believe we both gave it 8.
Yeah, I think it's an 8. I think the cards gave it a half a point. I'm saying 8.5. It makes it a better game. It's worth it for the cards are worth it. It makes it a better game.
I am in full agreement that I'm going to give an extra half point, 8.5 stars out of 10. Now, that said, that would probably go the same for NXS Pizza Wars. Not as much into that theme myself, mind you. But I'm going to go 8.5 stars out of 10 for NXS Ragnarok. But I also want to say,
I would go 9.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say that.
Because I like the pieces better.
This with the cards. Yeah, I do like the pieces better in NXS Man-O-War. I know Kevin's got the campaign going on, right. and that is really awesome. And again, if you want to get a cheaper version, a more affordable version, and also be able to help with the campaign and get it even more affordably, definitely go for NXS Ragnarok. But because I like the pieces better, this with the cards, I'm willing to go a full 9 stars out of 10 now for NXS Man-O-War with the Admiral cards.
Yes. So this is 8. This is a little bit better.
So 8, 8.5, and 9 now with the cards.
Because the pieces are so cool.
I
didn't know you were going to do that.
Yeah, I definitely was. Yeah. All right, so we're in complete agreement then. Yeah. But the bottom line is this game is awesome in all its versions.
Right. This is more easily set up and playable and a little more approachable. So if you don't have any of this and you want to start somewhere, you can go ahead and start with one of these two.
Yeah, one of these. So this you can buy right now over on the Game Crafter. This again you can buy in the Game Crafter, but also is having the crowd campaign going on all month. There you have it. Links in the description down below. Check that out. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns either on any of this awesome line of games for NXS, the whole family of NXS games, or this video, feel free to put them in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this review and tutorial and you'd like to see us do more like it, be sure to give it a like, share it on all forms of social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelled with a K on YouTube. And until next time, game on.